Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. People will be trickling in, which is okay because I need to put something away real quick. But I know that if I don't start, like the notification doesn't go out until I start. So I just went ahead and came on live. Hope everybody, I only posted it like 15 minutes ago, so we'll see how many people trickle in, especially because it's a holiday. So my least favorite part of beading is unstranding things. They go flipping and flying off of the various cords. It's either really stiff nylon string or it's pokey wire, whatever. But they're really cute spacers, so it's okay. I'm going to show all of you my just had part of a Temu order delivered before we came on. So I'll share that with you guys, especially since it's mostly spacers. And I'm hoping my dear friend Rosanna will be able to be on today because she's the spacer queen by far. So let's see who's here. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Maisha. I don't know that I'm better. I'm happier because I'm in here. And if I had to be in pain, I'd rather be in pain in my bead room where I can at least design. So I'm excited about that. Although I might have to have Steve grab me some lotion, even if it's not the smartest thing in the world. My hands are really dry and it's hurting me. So please. I know. It's going to make your hands slippery, this and that. I cannot find my beeswax lotion stuff that doesn't make my hands dry when I use it. But that's all for another day or time or whatever. Oh, good. All right. So let me get some of these tools off my desk and then we'll turn down. I'll show you what came in this Temu order today, just a second ago. So I'm just trying to get everything situated so then I can prop up my leg and be good to go for the rest of so I am especially interested in one of the items because when I told Rosanna what the description said, we were both kind of like, oh, that's probably just a typo. It wasn't a typo, at least not from the weight side of it. So put this last little spacer away. We're going to use them, just not, I'm not sure how. So we'll go from there. But, oh yeah, that's fine. Hopefully the working hands will not make my hands completely, because they put more of like a protectant thing over your hands.
Are you good?
Yes. Thank you. Hello, Donna. So we might be small, but we're mighty, right? Small but mighty. Yes. Happy New Year, everyone. Okay. So yes, when I last left you guys, I had talked to you guys saying that I thought I had kind of an infection in my leg where I had surgery. And so we called Monday night and they called back immediately and we're like, be at the office at 8 a.m. First appointment up. We got there and he's like, okay, we're scheduling you for surgery. And I'm like, oh, okay. When they're like, now. So then we had to scramble over to the surgery center and said it was a very good thing that I came in because there was a lot of infected tissue around my bones. So I'm on a horribly high volume antibiotic and I will have to go back and be seen again. If my fever goes above 100 degrees, then I'm to go to the emergency room. But it's only 100 degrees because my typical temperature is like 97.4. And obviously that's what I am every single time I come into the office. So that's where we're at. Before I forget, get my leg up so it doesn't scream at me later. So pardon me. Anyways, okay, I was hoping Rosanna was going to be here. I might have to message her because she's going to want to be here. Let's see here. All right, I told her and Beth. All right, so as I was saying, right before I came on, I got a package with part of my latest order from Temu. In it, there are, I know what these are. Oh, my scissors. Okay, these are some larger of like the pearl cap end. So these are for the larger pearls. Why they give you 5, it's an annoyance, but obviously I'll have to order more. But I can also use it to just do a pendant out of it. But I ordered these way back for the Winterberry, not realizing that they were like one of those pre-order things where they have it up for like quite a long time before it actually gets ready to be shipped. So it took like 4.5 weeks to get here. And then I got some more of those little bead charms that are just like, these ones are actually 4mm. They also have them in 3mm and 2mm. I ordered the 3mm this time because it gives me more space for when I add on the beads on either side, but it looks really cool. So I got those. I got the package that has 100 of each color. Now these just say gold plated, silver plated on the listing. These specify 18 karat heavily gold plated. So if I were to decide to order a bunch of these to have during a sale, I would explain that because I don't know. That's not one that I would be okay with. And then these are also 18 karat heavily gold plated items, but I need like a little plate or something so that I can bring them up to you in focus. Here, I'll put them the top of this little box. So these are knot covers, but they're texturized. So they aren't just like a flat silver ball. They look like corrugated spacers once you close them. So I was like, well, hey, that's cool. Okay, fix your focus down. So I grabbed some of those, of course, because I like new, interesting stuff. Maybe it's stuff that you guys will like and want. I got some more of these, which I have so many. These ones, though, instead of being the lanterns, they're just like a round spacer with the gold, and the striping is closer together than on the other ones, but these most likely will be used on snowflakes. Then I got this spacer pack. Again, this one is simply no, this one said 14 karat gold plated, $9.25. So these are just textured like donut spacer beads, but I'm excited to get to use these. I will have to sort them again, however, because they popped open in shipping, which isn't a big deal. I don't mind that at all. Then, oh, I think these are, no, we already went over those. Yes, sorry. I put them on this side of the desk again, so I got confused. And then these I also got mainly for use in snowflakes, and they're just little rhinestone spacer beads. They're just little bitties. I'd say they're probably 6 millimeter, but they're that light KC gold, which I don't mind. I don't have a problem with that. So those will be used in for snowflakes. I'm gonna be doing the like crazy lady snowflakes all year round. So then I can have like so much stock when I go to a Christmas market or what market next year. Okay, now this is 18 karat gold plated wire. I have ordered from them before. I have always loved the quality of the plating and everything else, so I'm excited. Oh, hello. Hi, Dot. Hi, Elsie. So I bought from them before, and I was like, oh, cool. They have a thing. It said 400 meters, you guys. And I was like, no way, it's 400 meters. That's way too much. There's no way that it is indeed. It is very heavy. It's 22 gauge, I believe, but it's heavy, heavy. So, as I said, I've worked with it before. It was $32. That's what another reason we were convinced that there was no way that it could be 400 meters at 22 gauge, but it is indeed, well, 0.6 millimeter. I believe that's 22 gauge. Am I right? Am I wrong? Because isn't it 0.8 20 gauge? I believe it's 22 gauge. Let me see if I have a spool of 22 gauge wire here. It doesn't say. Let's see here. If it's not 22, no, it looks to be 22 gauge. So let me play with it. I will like get in there and mess with it good and like roll it super, super, super tight, unroll it, all of that to see if there is flaking and whatnot. But it's indeed 400 meters. Even if you look, you can see that there's not like a huge circle. I mean, there's a circle in the middle, but and then barely under wire. There's a lot of wire. $32, Elsie. That's why we were, Rosanna and I were convinced there was no way. But it's it's very nice quality. Like, I've ordered from this company before, so that's why I went ahead and took the leap and spent $32 on a spool of wire, because I figured at worst it wasn't what I thought, but I have 400 meters of wire I can use. At best, it is what it says it is, and so yeah, I was like, holy cow. But I know it's a huge, there's a lot of wire on this. And 0.6. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. That's gonna drive me. What gauge is 0.6 millimeters? Yeah, 22 gauge wire. So yep, it's 22 gauge. So yes, you goofed in it. Oh, okay. So like I said, I'm gonna mess with it a whole bunch just to see if I get flaking, or whatnot off of it. So playing with it just now, it's not, and it was tightly rolled. And so sometimes you'll be able to see like cracks in it and whatnot, but I don't see any cracking in the plating, and nothing is coming off on my finger. So, hey, that'll be good. And I mean, it's dead soft copper wire underneath, and so any plating on copper wire is softer. So I'm just excited. It looks to be as they reported. So we are going to play with it a bunch. Okay, guys, today I'm going to put aside the companion bundle stuff because I'm going to work on that as separate videos, unless things just get to be too much. But I'm going to pull out my Christmas box so that we can play with that. This is Thunder Horse Descendants Christmas box. It's not just this. There's a lot more stuff. Oh, I was like, where's this go? So here's the rest. And I have twice as much because I ordered, well, Beth gifted me one and my husband bought me the other for Christmas. So that's all. By the way, all orders that were invoiced and paid for were sent out. So those have been out in the mail now. You get them soon. So I got these crystals from Randy. And I was thinking they're on that icky wire stuff. Ooh, I caught it. Nothing fell. Okay. I just had to tempt fate, right? I had to brag. Ooh, I caught it. Nothing fell. So those beads were teaching me a lesson, I guess. I'm trying to get this other bead off without, there we go. And then I always wind it up and squish it good so that it's not like as light, and put it in the garbage. Okay, so I have these beautiful blue-green crystals. I originally wanted to do this design for New Year's, but we all know what happened there. So wasn't gonna happen. But I think these crystals are gorgeous with the rhyolite because the colors coming off of them, there is that corally pinkish orange in them, and then there's the greens. And so I thought it would be really fun to do a very simple like chain linked necklace. Do you guys, I'm in pain, so I can't talk. So I apologize. It's taking me a minute. Words are a little bit harder than usual, though, even that. Hey, let's use this. I like a good 22 gauge wire. So, and when I say I want it really simple, I want it like really, really simple. I just want to make some very easy links, almost like a rosary chain, but not quite, because I am going to put like spacers and such on it. But yes, did everybody have a good New Year? I hope you did. I really hope that you guys all had good. Yes, Dominique, the square wire. Yeah, I went and checked out Rio Grande for the bronze wire, and it was expensive, but they do have bare copper. Oh, it's okay. Rosanna, look, it is 400 meters. This is that 18 karat gold plated wire. And we were like, there's no way that there's 400 meters on that roll. There actually is. It's not flaking or cracking. So we're gonna do a little bit of a like not rosary style, but a rosary. Oh, and then I also showed off these from the same order. They're just not covers, but they're like corrugated plates. They look like corrugated spacers, so they're not just round. And then I got some, I'm showing the spacer, queen spacers, little textured donut spacers. And then I got more of the little ball spacers that have the loop on them. So you can put them on either side of a bead. They're just little teeny tiny ball spacers. They're either 3 or 4 millimeter. I have to measure it after because I don't see it on the packaging. But yeah. So, all right. I have some shorter, I have some longer. I want to do something with these crystals are just magnificent. And I was going to hoard them for snowflakes, but I really like how it pulls out the greens and the corals in the rhyolite. So now it's just a matter of figuring out how I want to do this, because I'm also thinking that I want to bring in some of these spacers that have like are these actual opalite, Rosanna? Yeah, I wouldn't. Yes, you could. Well, what do you mean? Could you use it for stringing? Oh, yeah, no, this is like wire, not like soft flex wire. Though I have done like little centers at the beginning with wire, and then you have to kind of drape up from the middle. I'll give you an example. Actually, that's how we can do our center. Rosanna, were these ones, are these actual opalite, or are they just glass beads made to look like opalite? I lost my paper, so I cannot recall what that was. But I have other spacer beads for those of you who may or who may be new, who are watching this in the future, I promise I'm normally better. I just had surgery 2 days ago, so that's why I'm not not putting words together the best today because of that, but it'll be okay. These are from the other box. I don't know, I might not put them with the rhyolite. I might actually just pull out the dark green rather than use the rhyolite. I think that it will look better, and I kind of think like the tone on tone. Yeah, I like that better. I like the rhyolite, don't get me wrong. It's just sitting here and it was doing nothing for me, so I'm not going to try to force a design. If it's not there, it's just not there. And it might be there later, just for where my brain is right now, it's not there. Oh. Yeah. So we're gonna use the moss agate round instead, along with these. Rosanna has the answer. Glass, you believe. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't 100%. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that maybe we either put one on either side of this with the daisy spacer in between, or the opposite of that with that in the center. So let me go ahead and loop up one of these just so that we know. And because it is, because it is going to be necklace, I'm going to go ahead and use my 6-step veil making pliers. And I'm just going to do my hybrid loops, which I will show in greater detail in just a second. I apologize. That was a very bad assumption on my part that everybody would know what that meant. I will show you momentarily. Go in here, clip that wire. I like to tamp my wire down after I have beads on it because it doesn't jump up and it taps in a lot easier. Okay, so we can either go, well, let's start with the opalite. I need to find some. What gold spacers do I want to use? I just want them to be very simple. Okay, let's see here. I don't think that I want it to I don't know. I have a whole jar of gold. Here they are. Daisy spacers. So let's try this both ways. So if I go with the green and then the gold and then the opal and then the gold and then another green. So that's one option. The other option would be, I should have made a second one. Once we decide, I will do this production style, which just means that you do the same step of these links you do them all one at a time. So first the 90-degree angle, then you go in and you put the loop, then you wrap the loop, then you trim the loop, then you add beads on, so on and so forth. But I'm just not sure which way I want these to go quite yet. So I will show both options. I'm kind of surprised which way I'm leaning. So those are the two options. Which one do you guys like? I know which way I'm leaning, so I'm interested to see what others think just because of that. So yeah. Yeah, Dominique, that's what I'm thinking too. Isn't that interesting though, that we all see it differently? I could alternate as well. So I could do a link this way and then one of the crystals, do the next link this way, one of the crystals. What do you think about that idea? Because I don't dislike anyone. Yeah, Dominique's like, do the both. Yep, okay. I think that's where we're going to go then. So I'm going to move the rest of this out from my way so that I can just have all the elbow space I need. I will tell you that I have for the companion collaboration, I do have a crochet jewelry option in there. So I'm going, okay, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna cut off several more pieces just so that I already have them cut. I'm not worried about using my double flush cutter because I will be cutting off both ends regardless. So it's not, the ends being flush don't matter on when it comes to this. And as long as I cut the last one with the flush end like pointed down like this, I will still have a flush cut the next time I come back to use this wire. Okay, so when you talk production line status, just in case there's people watching that don't know what that means, all it means is that you go on and you do, so like first things, I'm going to need to bend over my ends. I do that in one. I probably didn't need this much room, but it's okay. I do several of those all at once, other than doing those one at a time too. And so that kind of saves another step. I'm not going to make it quite as long on this one. And then I think once we figure out, or once I figure out how I'm going to incorporate the crystals, then I'll come back. That's what these really long things were cut for originally. So I don't know why I put this on there then. All right. So then the next thing all you do is you're just going to go in, and I want mine to be small. So I'm just going to go in and bend my loop and take it off. But I will show my hybrid loop by itself before we go to actually start making links. For those who do not know what I mean by my hybrid loop, it came about because I wasn't a fan of simple loops, but I also don't always love the space that doing wrapped loops and wrapping them 3 times creates, because it's not just on one side, it's also on the opposite side of, like, when you put 2 links together, there's the hoop, there's this loop, there's the wire wraps here, wire wraps there, loops on the other side there, however you join them together. If there's a jump ring or whatever, that all creates space in between the beads, and I don't always love that. So I came up with the way that I do it, which looks like it starts just the same as a wrapped loop does. But when we get to the next step, I'll show you. It's not quite. It's not the same. And then I did strength testing, and the strength testing held up nicely. I will tell you, this is a very soft wire. Like, but they did not purport this to be like heavily gold plated. They just said 18 karat gold plated. So, okay, so this is where it turns off. So we have our loop, right? So I'm gonna grab my, well, I was gonna grab my bench, you know, like, oh, there. So you have the loop here with the wire sticking out. Now, this is normally where you would wrap around the center wire 3 times. My hybrid loop, all it is, well, it's still, I just go around and finish the loop by bringing it back to where it started on the other side. So this is where the loop started, went around, came around back, and now we're back where it started. And then you just clip it right there. This held up to, like, I tested it in several gauges, and this held up just as well as with the 3 wrap. Other than when we went to a smaller, like as we went down the gauges, it would either just distort the loop so that it would pull the loop longer, or after immense stress, it would pull it apart. But that wasn't the way that it was for me. So, but now that we're to this part, we're just going to wrap around the loop. Back around to the other side. I also like to cut my end along this side rather than on the quote unquote front or back. Doing so allows for you to use, like, if you wanted to make, if you had a really cool pendant and you liked what the front looked like as well as the back, that doing it this way allows you to wear it both ways, because you don't have a bunch of ends that are like cut on one side. So I hope I'm making sense. But yeah. Aw, thank you, Maisha. I appreciate that. Hi, Dorothy. So, I do have plans this year to not always like to try to have things done ahead of time. Obviously, notwithstanding this specific time, given everything that is going on. But going forward, on both my recorded videos and my live videos, I'm going to try to have, like, if I'm doing this style, I want to have it, like, to have several links already made up in advance so you guys don't have to watch this like paint drying. Okay, now we go and we are going to cut the end. So you can see the point of the assembly line is to keep you from having to pick up and put down your pliers multiple times. And I timed myself, and even with me knowing like the clock was running and it was timing me, which I'm sure had some bearing on it, it still was faster to do it assembly line style. This loop is not. Okay, there we go. Sorry. It wasn't centered, so it was driving me crazy. I have no idea what I was talking about before I figured that out, so we'll just put that down to squirrels. But I have had fun seeing people design for the companion collaboration. I'm hoping that it becomes a more regular thing, and that we even grow it and have more contributors to it each and every single time that we do it. That's like the goal. So that it takes, we can all see the differences in how we design and style things. So that's the goal anyways. Yes, there are. So Dominique does. She is new. So this companion collaboration, she asked if she could do it, even though she didn't have much on her channel, so that she would be able, it would give her the push she needed to get her to do it. So obviously her channel name is Dominique Rochelle Jewelry. And then Blue Sapphire Studios, that is Maisha Jackson, right? Am I saying? Please tell me I remembered that correctly. If not, I apologize. She does it, and then Dorothy has her channel, DGI Designs. There is Rosanna Bradford, the OG when it comes to collaborating for my channel, and was the first person to ever come on Beading Besties. So yes, I will go and try to grab some links. I need to set it up so you can share your channel in the comments. I'm not exactly sure, but yes. Okay, so we're gonna go back and forth. So I want to do several that have like the green on the outside, and then we will go to the other option if I, can get beads on the metal and not just, oh my goodness, Heather. Wait, this is not one of the, okay, there we go. So we're going to do so many this way, and then I'm just going to go ahead and bend it using my thumb, or my thumb. So we will have several that go that way. And then I'm thinking that I should do at least 4 of each one, because that's 8 links, and then we have the crystals. So I don't want to make so many that those ones don't get used as often, but I'm excited. Like I said, this was originally supposed to be a New Year's design, but hey, you can wear it on any date night, any celebration. You don't need to have it specifically for that, so that this design doesn't get used until next year. Obviously, it would have also looked really cool to use these with black. Can you imagine? You might not have to, because I might just have to go and do that now. Oh my gosh, that would be so pretty. If you see me futzing with the daisy spacers, it's because I have some that are like way thick and some that aren't. Most of them aren't, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm not using the thick ones on part of it, because then it doesn't look right. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. So now we're going to go the other way. They all got put in the same jar while we were trying to get things organized. I'm also being kind of picky about like which green color gets used, because oh there we go. So we have 4 of the green that way. And then the thing that's like the most annoying is that I didn't realize that the one kind was thicker than the other, so I don't even know where I got them, which is annoying because I like them and would like silver that are thick as well, but it is what it is. And some more of these. So, did anybody do anything exciting for New Year's last night? I had a dress that green teal color that had a black thread. Oh yeah, that would be beautiful. Hi Debbie, hi Sid. Glad you could join us. I'm excited for Sunday night's Beading Besties, so that we can. I can't wait to like see everybody's designs. I'm so excited for it. In case you don't know, I'm kind of like a nut when it comes to the human experience. I'm a very curious person. And the whole concept of taking these and us all making something completely different fascinates me. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish these loops so that we can get into designing what we're going to do for the crystals. And it might be as simple as them just being strung by themselves. But I think that I might want a bead cap, at least on the bottom part of it. So that's what I've got to figure out. So now I just see black. And I'm like, But we will stay to this box for now. I should have just got ahead of push these around because I'm not really going to need a tool to do that part, or wouldn't have had I thought of that to begin with. I'll redo that one. This is it. Like I said, the other links, I'm not really seeing much more than a bead cap on one or both sides. So that part won't take very long. And then I'm thinking that I want to use a very small jump ring. I have some what are known to some of us because of Randy as Kinky Tot. So that's anything that's 4mm or smaller. And I have some oval ones, which I think will be pretty in between the gold. And I'm kind of contemplating possibly doing, oops, that one did not get twisted around for some reason. Maybe even doing two. The only thing with that, like if they were a little bit bigger, it would be like I'm going to use two, but they're so thin and so they don't, or they're so tiny that sometimes just trying to like get them, hello, please come here, thank you. Getting two of them on would be kind of tricky. But if I can, without like too much hassle. Okay, now for these, as I said, I'm thinking very simple, probably just these floral caps on the bottom. And I don't know, maybe a daisy spacer on top. This one's whole is not clear. There we go. So this is what I'm thinking for the bottom. I don't know that it would fit right on the top, but we can always check. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not my favorite just because I'm not a fan of using bead caps that are bigger than the bead itself. But it's not bad. So what if we it's just a very squared top. Now that I'm looking at it, that we might need to do bead caps with. Are we just gonna end up using my very, very I might just have to pull these over and just use those for multiple reasons. One, I got these bead caps from the same shop, and so they obviously match the wire very well. This is a little more brassy. So hold on, let me see if I'm just gonna want to use the little babies. You know what? Let's try this. No. Swap that around actually and see if I like this better, or if I just need to find a smaller bead cap, or bead cap altogether. Yeah, it needs something to come up and around. So let me think. What else do I have? These are 6mm. Let's try just these baby little golden filigree bead caps. Although I'm afraid they might be too big as well. But I don't mind that as much. So I think if we put a daisy spacer and then these filigree bead caps, it'll kind of bulk it up enough that it looks quote unquote worthy of the crystal itself. Because I like that. If I were to put a ball spacer as well, it would probably be do I want that? Okay, I'm gonna try it both ways real quick. So if I just go like that, like this. Yeah, I like that. I know it's not a very good focus right now because of everything that's on my mat, but I hope you can see it just looks really nice with the 3 layers all on there. And then we're gonna grab the filigree for the other end. So this little thing might not be big enough for all of the pieces. I don't know that I have enough room to make a loop on this side. So I'm going to take it off of here, but that is how I'm going to do it. So now we just need to make little piles so we can just go through and get them done. Okay, that one will probably be too short. But I have a few of these at least. We're going to use the little hexagon spacer, a daisy spacer, filigree bead cap, our crystal, the filigree bead cap. That is not what you are. You are. I didn't pull very many out because I wasn't sure we were going to use it. But now that we are sure, we can pull out several. Yes, I like this a lot. Okay. And then we're going to just bend it over. Bend the wire over. This one wasn't long enough. So we'll put that over here. Grab one that is long enough. You could even stack the smaller flower with the filigree bead cap if you had that, but not like the daisy spacers. That will give you the same, it'll help you to bulk it up in the same way. That went through the wrong hole. You're gonna go back, put some soup in the microwave. All right, sounds good. What a fun creative outlet. You post your stories. Mary, I am making a necklace. So I'm just making up my links real quick. And then oops. If I remember the order I'm supposed to be going in. So I'm just making up the links really quick. I haven't decided how I'm going to do the center yet or not. Like, I haven't figured out that part. So we're not quite that far along. I see it being very simple though. I don't want it to like get to be too crazy. It may just simply be some of the same beads stacked up together. Or possibly by like wrapping down and around the crystal. That might be what I end up doing. So 1, 2, 3, I need at least, I think I need at least 6. So I still have this guy. I think this should be long enough. Nope, that's a thicker one too. Here we go. I don't know how I made that mistake and added those bead gaps to the rest of them. That's going to be a pain to go through and sort. That's why it hasn't been started yet. Okay, there's 4. I want to do 6 of these. I think that's going to be exactly what I need to finish it. Would be 6 because I'll start with 1 and then kind of you guys, I literally just did 2 together. I don't know how I managed to accomplish that, but I just kind of went for it. Hey, you don't know until you try. I think if I tried to do that when I was actually intending to, I would get so caught up in my head that I wouldn't be able to figure out how I did it. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had that happen, where you just don't mean to do something, so then when you try to recreate it a second time, it's not easy. Okay, this is number 5, and then I have one more after this. We will link them together and then figure out how I want to do the focal, and then we could possibly make earrings. Okay. You stay where you belong, sir. Almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We are getting there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap um, these crystal links up. I don't know why my bead keeps going to the side. And because I can go ahead and do it with my fingers, I went ahead and wrapped it all the way around. So then after this step, I can just go in and trim, and then we can figure out the center part for the focal. Being able to wrap it around with the fingers eliminates a step entirely, making it more efficient. All right, this one I half wrapped. Wasn't quite as long. So it was a little trickier to get the wrap on. Same with this one, probably. So I'm going to leave that one for the end and go ahead and do this. That one, and then we'll do this last one to try to get away with something. Okay, so we will just go ahead. No, that's not one. That spacer just did not want to be part of this design, apparently, because it just skipped right away. Okay, grab onto this, pull it around. And then I will go in and trim the end off of here and check to make sure my loops are both facing the same way. This isn't quite centered, so I'm going to go back and fix that. There we go. My daughter was so sweet, you guys. The day that I had surgery right away, she was in the car on her way to go do something, and she pulled over and video chatted me so that she could tell me good luck and that she loved me and everything, and let me talk to the baby. It was completely unexpected. Those are the moments that mean the most, right? I knew that she was running an errand, so I wasn't expecting it at all. So I really appreciated it. Okay, so now that we have these, I'm not entirely sure that we're done with those bead caps yet or not. I just wanted to clean up some of the mess so that it wasn't such a mess. And then we can lay out and see if I'm going to need more links or if what I have is enough. I'm hoping that I math in my head that I did the math correctly in my head. But we shall see. Okay, where are my itty bitties? Why am I not seeing them? We might have to go with I thought that they were like right. Oh, they are. They're right in this. Oh, that is not part of the same thing, Heather. This is though. Okay, so the teeny tots are in here. They're just itty bitty little oval jump rings that I got from Miss Randy Brown. Excuse me. All right. So, like I said, I could probably get, I could get 2 in each loop. So let's see here. We're going to do that one and then attach a crystal. All right, let's see how tricky it would be to get a second one in here. Oh my goodness. This is why I'm like, this may not be possible because it is quite finicky. So you have to be holding the jump ring just right in your pliers to be able to get it on quickly. Okay, let's see here. So I would need to go like this and like this. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, actually. Okay, I think I'll be able to do it. All right, so then we're going to do 2, and we'll alternate next to the link that has the check glass or the glass beads on the outside. So oh, you know what? I got to make sure that I have the bottom facing the same way as the first one so that it lines up properly. Come down, open the second one. That one already had it. It's this one that needs another one. Well then, I don't even know how I did that. Okay. Very nice. All right, on to the next. As I said, I'm going to do my best to have things done in advance so that you guys don't have to sit here and watch all these. So I know most of you say that you're just eating along with me, which is very nice to hear. Okay, jump ring number 1, jump ring number 2. All right, Debbie, wonderful New Year to you as well. Did I miss something in the comments? Is that why you're coming in here?
I made you fresh cookies and I wanted to bring you a couple just in case you wanted one. Because they're hot.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. There you go.
Well, let's see here. I'm gonna go back and add the second jump ring later, just for time. and to make sure that you're not spending all day watching me watch me fuss with those. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do it with one jump ring. I'm thinking I think I might just do like the little opal beads, like do this on a bead cap, obviously, and then I can't decide if I want to put a green on top and then an opal on top, or if I want to do like the stack and then wrap the wire all the way down. These little bead caps, guys. I love them, but it's a very love-hate relationship with me and tiny things. Bead caps, not so much. I love a tiny bead cap, but when it comes to the beads themselves, I'm telling you. Oh, wrong one, this one. So yeah, I don't even think we're going to need all of our links. I think we might be just about there. That one is not all the way closed. I don't know how that happened, but we will fix it. Okay, there we go. Actually, it goes this way. But I'm thinking that that might just be let me see here. My ruler right here where it's supposed to be. Nope, of course it's not. I wish you could all taste these cookies because it took us a long time to like figure out exactly how much of what and this and that and whatever else to use. And we've got them just about perfect. So, okay. We could do, I'm going to go ahead. Where exactly? So we're at 6.5. So I'm gonna have to do up some extra links of those, but that's okay because I literally have everything right here and can do so rather quickly. And then I will just stop and start with the green. I will also have to make a couple more of the crystal links. But again, I think that it will give the best look. But in case I didn't say. They are brown butter oatmeal craisin cookies. They have less sugar than other cookies, so they're more like a I don't know, a breakfast bar type thing. Okay, come on, just thank you. Okay, that one just did not want to go the rest of the way around. So it was pouting, and it doesn't matter. Now I know why. I didn't give him his other daisy spacer, so he was mad. Oh, I'm glad I noticed that now and not like right as I'm trying to put it on. Um, Putting together the necklace, because that's never fun. Yeah, I'm glad that I went with the moss agate over I almost did it again. The moss agate over using the rhyolite, just because I think that it's a good continuity. I just like the look of it better. So make up these other two links real quick. And then same with the crystals. And then I should be set. So I now have 3 of these for the other side. I still have 1, 2 for the other side. And then I have 3 crystals left. So I will definitely need to make some more of the crystal links real quick, which don't take long now that the design is figured. I never have as like just fiddling out link after link is easy. Oops, I forgot the filigree. And that's because I put it away. Ugh. Oh, wrong one. I need a few more. 2. Well, that's not even the beef cup I was looking for. But okay, I think that's enough. If not, I can grab another one out. Just knock out these little links right here. But I'm really excited. We've got some things planned for 2026. These are the wrong bead caps. Those are the wrong ones, Heather. I have 2 that are very similar, and they're only just different sizes. Like one is just smaller than the other, but it is smaller. So that's the next one down. Grab a few out. I don't know what the term would be, but these ones come up and around more so than the other ones do. I don't know what to call that, but that's what it is. They just come up around the bead a little bit better and hug it better, which I like. I don't like when bead caps don't actually fit on the bead. Okay, what the heck? These are okay. Now I need to look and see which ones I used on the other links. Okay, so they were these ones. And do I have two different sizes in this one? No, I don't. Okay, I'm not seeing this correctly. I apologize. That was a little, it's just me being me. Put this on, wrap it up real quick. That one is done. Okay, so now I just need one more crystal for this side, and then I will need 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is perfect. There's 4 of those. Okay, we're good to go. Now we can just connect the rest up, and then I'll probably let you guys go after that. I want to get at least one other video recorded today. Especially since we all know how healing goes. Sometimes we have like an okay day and then we do stuff and then the next day we're back in bed. So I'm trying not to let that happen by overdoing it. So I need to make sure that I don't overdo it. And I know that I'm not watching the chat very well today. I apologize. You are going to make some various episodes. What are parures? Parures. What is that? I haven't gotten mine, so yeah. Right? Wouldn't that be awesome? If you could go and see like how it does it. I really like the beaded chain that we got in the companion bundle because it has the little spacers on either side. Or was this in the original bundle? I don't know. I'm happy to have it because I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I'm not typically one for beaded chain. I will just like take them apart and use them as a single bead rather than the whole beaded chain. But this one is going to be used more so like it came. But yes. Oh, it was the companion bundle. Okay, thank you. Yeah, me either, Dorothy. I was going to say the same. I'm also that type of bead isn't my go-to bead. And sorry. And unless you leave the one link completely the way that it is, okay, Elsie, that's fine. I would love to give you some advice. We will have fun. We can even pop on a video chat if you want to do so. Okay. Or yeah, I'm going to take care of myself. I promise. Anyways, the beaded beads are not my favorite, and I feel like outside, if you take the strand apart, there's not enough of any one piece to use them other than the way the strand was put together. Even when I remember to go and grab a soft flex, the strand that comes in from JJB doesn't often get used. It's just not my thing. I have thought about it because I do think that they would help make beautiful ornaments, maybe as like the ornament hanging down from the bottom. Oh my goodness. I don't know what is under there because this is a wood desk. There's something under there that whenever they shake, it sounds like thunder, and I don't understand what they're hitting. We need to figure that out. But so that's just my take on it. I've also heard they don't take care of their people very well, and so I know several creators that have stopped doing their subscription for that reason. So but hey, I pay for all my subscriptions. I pay for all of my supplies. I'm allowed to get money from you guys being members of the page, where you charge a monthly fee, but because I'm not to 1,000 subscribers yet, I'm not able to make money off of my videos, which I didn't realize was going to be the case. I thought that like they had made an exception for mine because of the number of live videos I do. But I was wrong, so I've got to figure that out. Or I'm wrong and I could be monetizing and I'm just not because I'm misunderstanding things. Okay, next is a green. But yeah, I need to get that figured out. Because if I could be monetizing my videos, I'm losing out on revenue. So I don't know. Because people like try to give me instructions and tell me to go look here or there, and I don't ever see it. So I don't know. Short of jumping on a video chat with somebody else myself where they can see my screen, which I can do. That's easy. I can do that within StreamYard. Doesn't require any extra like it doesn't require me to like give permissions. So where are the other crystals? Did we not count out and I had enough? I could have swore we did. But oh, that sounds beautiful. Exactly, Dominique. And yes, expensive acrylic beads. They're not crystals. So I don't do it. I canceled. I didn't cancel my dollar bead box in time. This to not have been charged for this upcoming month. For January's box, I need to do that. I will probably still get the dollar bead bag. I'm just not going to get the dollar bead box anymore because outside of using them as spacers, I again don't feel that we get enough of any one thing to create with. So I've always been in awe of the way that Becky is very good at creating designs with when it doesn't have a lot. I don't know. It is a talent and a gift for sure because I can't do it. So I think, I don't know how, but somehow I miscounted on my links. So now I need to go and I wish I could see 3 hot air balloons. Oh, please. Yay, 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 yay. I'm so excited. I actually have silicone hot air balloon beads that I like to use for like baby teethers and whatnot. It's cute. Okay, one of the daisy spacers, one of the caps, a crystal, a bead. Oh my gosh, why will this be cap? No, it won't go there. Finally, goodness. It did not want to go where it was supposed to go. It kept trying to like jump on at the wrong part. Okay, let's see here. Almost done. I know I keep saying that, and then I find that I have more to do. Go ahead and clip. Okay. Then we will clip to this one right here. And then I need one more of the green links. Put your cutters away, Heather. Don't cut your. I don't think it's the best idea to use your cutters to, attach jump rings. I just have a feeling that that wouldn't be a very smart thing to do. Okay, and then one of the double green links, right? Yes. I don't know what I was doing or how I was mathing, but I wasn't doing either correctly. Mhm. Okay. Daisy Spacer. The bead that looks like opalite, it's not opalite. And then making sure that I grab the ones that are mostly green, the darker green, because I think that it helps the gold and the opalescence of the glass bead really like shine. Okay. Trim. There we go. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I just need to add that bead, and then we are good to go. And we can do the vocal. So I'm pretty sure I know how I'm going to do it. So okay, so we have the sides done. Now we just need to figure out what we want to do for the center. What I was thinking is that we could do it to where it would have to start as a knotted head pin. Just so that we get that like pretty detail on the bottom. So I'm going to start by doing that, which all you do is grab your smallest, like I like the center really small, and then you just go to the tip and you just go around twice. I was that wrong the first time. It's okay. I made it very large. Okay. So I just go until I've made 2 full rotations. You want to bend your wire up and around so it's easy to go through the bottom loop. Pull it down. I'm going to grab a pair of nylon jaw pliers, which I want to be flat up against that, and then we will grab the wire and pull the rest through. I like to mess with my little knot to kind of get it really like balled up, I guess. And then I just put it out enough to make it go through. And normally I would only do 1 swipe, but I'm going to do a couple just because this wire is very soft. So I don't want it to like bend out of place really easily. So there's that, except it's not centered. There we go. I think. Yes. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Either we just do like a little flower spacer along with, oh, we wouldn't need we still need the bead cap, Heather. So if we did something like that and just did it the same way we did with our links, only our knot would count as the spacer bead, then put that on the other side as well. And then what we could do is just go up to a green and then up to an to one of the other beads. And then when we make our loop, we can just, I do not have that. Do I have that on in the right? I do indeed. After we make our loop, I can just go around this and come down and end with the wire having wrapped its way down there. I kind of like that idea. I'm wondering if we should put a gold bead on top. My only problem with that is then I feel like we'd have to do a daisy spacer in between. Yeah, no. I am gonna grab one of those thicker daisy spacers though for the focal. And now that I'm looking for one, oh, here it is. I was like, now that I want one, I won't be able to. Yeah, I don't think that I want a spacer up top. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this up. But I'm going to do so, but I'm going to have to leave some room for the wire to get in and go around these beads. So instead of just doing my normal thing where I do a 90-degree bend at the bead, I'm going to leave some space. Oh, and then I'm going to use the number 2 step on my bill making pliers, just because I will have to connect the other link as well. So I'm going to grab on here. I'm going to start here, and I hope I didn't leave too big of a space. So this bead needs to come up, and I will go around and under that, around the daisy spacer, under there, around the green bead, around the crystal. I may be like this much too short. Man, I thought I had it. Okay. Round 2. Yeah. It's the best value for the best month. But yeah. If you don't have a bead box bargain or a bargain bead box subscription, you could use the code TTT2, like the letter T 3 times, 2. And if you've never placed an order on their sister site, it also works over there to get $2 off your first order from there. So did it already go, Caroline? Can I not get it? Has it sold out? Because I've heard a few people say that now, that they think it'd be perfect for like to work with their grandkids or whatnot. So, oh, Elsie, that's so cute. I can see that though. My oldest is on the spectrum. So, we had to put him in occupational therapy so he could understand sarcasm and things of that nature, because when he was smaller, he just saw it as like people lying to him. So we had to kind of teach him. And now I probably have way too much wire, guys, but I don't want to cut this again. So I'm going to make sure I have enough. Well, more than enough, because I have cut a ridiculously long piece of wire here. But if I'm careful, I can still use whatever's left. So, you think you're a bargain bead box hoarder? Um, Elsie, if you go over to my channel and look for the Sunday Nights Live, all of the contributors' channels are in there, and Dominique is one of the designers. So you can go, yeah, I was just gonna say Linda's is Gumnut Lane Designs. Rosanna's is her name, so is Dominique. But both Rosanna and Dominique's, their pages are linked in the description box from Sunday's Live. Dorothy also has a channel. Hers is D as in dog, G as in George, I as an igloo designs, so DGI Designs is her channel. I think that covers everybody. Yes, that's exactly how Brock was, but he's now what's considered unlocked in the community. So it happened when he was about 14 years of age. He doesn't have much of a memory of his childhood before that, which is sad. And breaks my heart for him, but he does very good. He went in to be a social work major because, as he said, not everybody has a you, mom, which, meant the world to me when he said that. Because I know I had him in Horse Sense, I had him in so many different, so many different occupational therapies, and he really credits that for himself being where he is. He just finished up his master's degree. And he finished it. His last semester was the semester he got hit by a truck. And oh no, she now has a sinus infection too. Yeah, we texted the other day. I felt bad. But it's amazing. I'm very proud of him. He never used his disability as like a reason not to do things. Oh, Heather's not that short. He never used it as I don't know how to say this the right way. I don't think. He could have used it to explain things away, and he did not have the best grades in high school, and that was mostly because he did not understand why he had to do homework if he could get 100% on the test without doing the homework. So that was kind of an interesting struggle with him. He just was, nope, this makes no sense. So why am I going to do it? Make sure I don't have. I'm going to have to fix up my top loop a little bit more after I get done wrapping. I'll just use the. Okay. So then we're going to pull the beads up one at a time. Sorry, I was out of frame for a second. I'm going to hold on to this. There we go. So I'm just going to try to finagle. There we go. The wire around each of the beads, making a full rotation with room to push them up if they need to be pushed up in order to do it. And I kind of want to go around the middle more than once because it is a longer bead. And I think it will look pretty to do so. But yes. And he is a very good test taker. I mean, he missed, I think, 2 questions on his SATs. So, I mean, he had a legitimate, why do I have to kind of thing, but yeah. Okay. So, I'm not liking the shape of my loop, so I'm going to put in some round nose pliers and just kind of rotate them around. There we go. Until I get more of a rounded shape, which is good. Okay, now you want the side with the wraps, obviously, to be the front. And then all we're going to do is connect the two ends down, no, that way. That would have been, I would have been upset had I left it like that. Just to realize it was upside down. Okay. We're going to attach that and attach that. Close up the jump ring. Okay, and then we're going to add the other one on. Make sure it is also facing the right direction. And then all of these, I'm just about done with these. What? Oh.
Not bad, huh?
Okay. Then we just have to attach our clasp. And this design is done. You could very easily do some earrings, just like I did the center drop. It would be really pretty. And I will probably do so. Just not on. Well, I don't know. It's up to you guys. If you guys are good, I'll make the earrings now. So I'm going to make them right after I get off. The only problem may be that the container with my my clasp is the one that fell over here, and because of the way I had my leg propped up, I can't exactly reach it. Let me see. Go ahead and move here. Let me see. Let me see. I have copper and silver. No, there's none in there. Let me look over here. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. Just imagine this with a glass on it. I'm sure that will not be hard for any of you to do so. I am working from my Christmas box from Thunder Horse Descendants. And then I'm gonna go do the companion bundle, but those will be recorded videos. I'm just gonna go ahead and make some little drop earrings, starting with a knotted head pin. And I hope I didn't just cut that too short. That would just be my luck, right? Wasn't paying attention. The only because I would want to go down around the bead, and I don't know that that's going to be long enough. Okay. Just not even going to mess with that one. Again, only because I want to like do the little swirl down the top. Though I think that I'll probably only use the opalescence bead for the earrings, so that they're not as long. I mean, well, I'll try them all on and see what the drop looks like at that point. Which am I not? Which am I not? Let's go ahead and run it through my nylon jaw pliers a few times just to work harden it a little bit. And then this is the other one that I did. Quick little knot with head pin. Pop it through the little spiral at the bottom. Grab some nylon jaw pliers. Pull the wires through. Nice and tight. I like to squish up my knot a little bit. Again, I'm going to run it through my nylon jaw pliers a few times in a few different directions along the sides. All of that. Okay, now we should be good to just put on a daisy spacer. And then one of the bead caps. Where did they go? Here's one. I'm going to need a second one, obviously. Here we go. Crystal. And then we need another bead cap for that. Which are right here. Make 3 more. One for that one and 2 for the other ones. The bead cap face, or the bead cap facing downwards onto the crystal, and then a daisy spacer. And like I said, let me see how long this drop is. I think that's good. I need to leave myself some space though for wrapping. And then push up the bead. So in between, sorry, I'm completely off frame. I apologize. So I've gone around the opalescence bead. I'm probably only going to go over this twice because I did do a little bit, but I want that more angled. Okay. I will also show you guys my like 5-second ear wire. It's so, I mean, that's exaggerating, of course. It's a little bit more involved than that, but because of the way that I do it, you don't have to do multiple at the same time for them to be even, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay. We're going to move the bead up into place and we're going to wrap around. Then we're going to come down at an angle so I get the angle I want. Except this needs to come down a little bit more. So that it lines up with the rest. I'll take it off of there so I can kind of hold on to it a little bit better and just wrap around my knot at the end. Trim off my edges. And you are, let me hold on to my leaf real quick so I can readjust this. There we go. That's good. Okay, ear wires, quick and easy. Either use some ball head pins. I believe these ones are 50 millimeter. Let me double check. But I believe these are 50 millimeter. They are indeed. Okay, so the good thing about a 50 millimeter is you have the option to go even larger on the loop if you wanted to. Like if you were making the earrings for somebody that has ear gauges and they need to be able to go completely over and around and come back down. 50 millimeter is great. You would just use a larger mandrel. But if you're just making them to, here, move these out of the way so you guys can see clearly. Oh no, brush. Okay, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Oh, wrong way. I wanted to go that way and that way. I'm going to turn this ever so slightly so there's not a shadow. So I need to pull it down just a little bit more. Okay, so this one has a ball head pin. So all you're going to do is take your 6-step veil making plier and you're going to stick it in between the first and second step. This is completely a you thing. If you like having a larger loop at the end, wrap around the second step. If you like a thinner loop, wrap around the first step. I prefer smaller loops. That's just me. So I'm just going to push the wire up until it meets with the ball, and I'll jimmy that in when I finish doing the other side. Then you're going to take that and you're going to face the loop away from which one of these you want to do. If you want to do the 40 step, or the fifth step, you're going to put it in there and it's going to face away. Same thing if you want the 4th step or sixth step. I'm sorry, I'm saying this all wrong today. Okay, make a loop on one side and I'll go over it again. I'm going to go ahead and do the 6th step this time, but you want to pull it down tight and then wrap up, around, and down. And you're going to pull it off. Now, just so that I can show you that it's the same no matter what, so you never have to worry about it not measuring the same, not like holding them together, trying to do 2 together. None of that is necessary if you do it like this. So I'm going to go around the first step again. I'm then going to take it off. I want to use it around my largest 6th step. So I'm just going to put that in between the 5th and 6th with it facing away. And I'm going to pull and I'm going to go all the way over. And you will see that those are the exact same. I could make 10 more and they'd all be exactly the same. Now, the next part comes, and it depends upon if you like the little jut out at the end of your ear wires or if you don't. I personally don't, but that's because I have crooked ear hole. Like my holes are not even, so it makes it hard to like get in and around. So I just like a straight one. But if you do like the little kick, take whatever flat nose pliers you have. And on these, I have smaller ones. Now, you can take anything with the measurement that you like. All you're going to do is make sure that you line it up at the very end of the pliers and put the little jut out in there. Same thing on this one. I'm going to go to the very end of my pliers and do it. So again, they are exactly the same without having to line them up, having to do two at a time, none of that kind of stuff. They will match up and be the same no matter how you do it. So oh, I'm sorry. I missed some stuff. Apparently. Yeah. If it's not good for her, they should be okay with letting her go to. It's just, it's not right. Yeah, Roseanne, I was the. Um, the wire is held up very nicely. I like it a lot. So sorry. Oh, she said Happy New Year. Yeah, it's just bullies are cruel. My son, who is also on the spectrum, was choked until he passed out. And when the firefighters asked him how he lasted so long without passing out, he said, "Oh, I heard it on one of my mom's Discovery ID murder channels. They said if you just go dead weight, that the rather than fighting, um, you have longer before your brain is without oxygen." So that was very difficult, and there were a lot of people that weren't happy with how it was, and they started to wonder if the kid coming back the next semester if he was going to be safe or not. And Brock just told the whole school, like, I don't want like bullies, so I don't want anybody to do this for me, because even I could have fought them to begin with and I didn't want to fight. And so if you were to react that way towards this other kid, it would be the exact opposite as how I'd want him treated. So I had several teachers tell me that they wish that little gathering had been recorded, because they would play it, they would still be using it in their classrooms to explain like how to be respectful of each other and how just so many things. So that was when he was in third grade. He still will not sleep with a shirt on, because he does not like tight collars. So it's just something that it's been dealt with. And it was a level of an assault that there were actually charges pressed by the school automatically. So with the Scottsdale Police Department. But yeah, it was hard. You know, and he's that way today. He still wants to fight for the underdog in any situation, and I think it's beautiful. But if Violet is not doing well, then they should be able to give her accommodations, allowing her to do school from home or to do it with it. I mean, they let Brock wear headphones until middle of junior high because music was his filter. Music kept his brain from like seeing a leaf and then seeing the leaf, but wanting to know why this leaf is shaped this way and why it's shaped that one and why is this one this color and that one is this color. And, that's what it is. It triggers question after question after question after question within their brain. But when Brock listened to music, it filtered that out and he was able to focus on whatever the teacher was teaching. So they should be able to make accommodations for her. In fact, I can ask Brock what he would recommend. But yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to show you this just one more time, just so that I'm going throughout the entire process in real time instead of slowing it down. So you're just going to put it on, wrap it up. You're going to pull it off the first step, pop it between the last two steps. There it is. There it is. But I think I put it around the fifth step, not the sixth step, but it's that quick. Then I am lazy and don't like to have to get out my bench block. I don't have my desk as neat like Dominique to be able to have it out right there. I should, but I don't. So then I just go into the box joint of my 6-step bell making pliers and give it a little squish, including the loop. Like so. Do the same to the other one. And I don't like squish hard because I don't want like weird marks to come up from doing this. I just give each little bit a squish, including the loop. And then we can just open our loop. We'll probably have to go from the top because I didn't make my holes big enough to go over the end of the ball head pin. Take it, put it up in place, and there's our first earring. Same thing with the other one. Oh, wait, yeah, this is the other one. Now, if you don't have ball head pins, you can do a knotted head pin. You can do the other little pin, like, here, let me cut off a piece to show you what I mean. All I do to make a head pin is take like my flat pliers like that, put them in and squish it all the way down, which I normally do with my Xeron pliers so it doesn't jump like that. I just wasn't gonna take them out. But you put them in the like loopies or the little crevices inside, then it will fold it right up. I then go bench block or square joint, and then I cut off the wire on one side so that it becomes a little ball head pin. And then I can make the earring the exact same, or the ear wire the exact same way by just coming up and around till I meet that. Then facing, I'll do it around the 6th step this time, facing out. I have to straighten up that knot a little bit, but you can just go like that and get the same effect, Or you can just take a piece of wire, 40 or 50 millimeters or 45 to 50 is where I like to go. 50, but if not, just make your own little head pin or ear wire that has the little loop on the back. And you've got your own. So even if you don't have a ball head pin, you can still find it. Just make sure. I like to gauge or start my loop at about the center of here. So if I'm going to kick it up, I like it to be lined up with about the center of the circle here. This one we will have to cut, and then you just need to file down the ends to make sure that there are no sharp bits. For your customer, go ahead and do the same thing using the box joint of your 6-step bail making pliers. If you don't want it to flatten, pull out your your bench block, and use the rubber side of your hammer. But yes. Oh, do you, Dominique? Okay. I saw that and I was like, man, that girl's got one up on me, because I, A, don't like to pull mine out, and B, don't like to do all that. So thank you guys for spending the last couple of hours with me. I appreciate it. I'm probably going to go lay down for a while and then try to come in here and start my companion bundle video. That one. That's what I was trying to say. My video for that, but I think I am going to go lay down for a little while. I'm a little wiped out. So, I will see you guys later. Is today Thursday or Friday? Yeah. Thursday. So, as long as I don't overdo it this afternoon, you should see me tomorrow morning as normal. Thank you guys for always being there and for supporting me and each other. So, as always, guys, happy beading.